but I don't remember what
I don't
what the
remember
result of that
how
was.
things shook out with that one.
Yeah, I don't know because I still haven't seen it.
So the plus side of things is Liam's actually starting to enjoy watching like movies with adults in them, which is kind of cool. Because like rather than just watching cartoon movies all the time.
What's wrong with fucking cartoon movies?
We
Mike's
just
whole
wa-
life is based on cartoon movies. I don't know
we
what that
just
means.
watched the new Home Alone movie, and when I say it is single-handedly one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, like it is so bad. It's
I don't
dumb.
have I didn't have high hopes for it. Horatio Sands is in it, so I'll give it a try.
There's so many famous people in it. There's like what's his name? So many SN. It's like all SNL people, and then Kimmy Schmidt and like a couple other people. But I don't know what they were thinking with this movie. And like honestly, whatever. It's a Disney Plus movie, but I don't know how this movie got made. I don't know how they picked who they picked to play the kid. I just don't understand.
I'm confused that you had high hopes for this movie. That's the shocking part of this conversation to
Who,
me.
me?
Yes.
I just figured it was like going on Disney Plus, and I honestly like even like some of the corny stuff on Disney Plus, like the Mighty Ducks, has been pretty good. Like stuff that I
Um,
wasn't expecting to like.
it's a Fox property though, so I don't know how much of this was already in the works when they
Okay,
acquired.
gotcha.
Yeah, that could be
I
the
don't know if
case.
it was like already written. I mean, it wasn't cast yet because we heard about the casting like fairly recently, I guess. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's the kid from Jojo Rabbit.
I mean, that kid was a good actor in that movie. I can see why they would cast him in a movie where he is an actor. like,
Well, I don't want to spoil anything,
as
but
opposed to
I mean, I'm not
Even
confused. I guess I'm not. Todd said he was confused by like why they cast that kid as the kid, and I'm like, I mean, he can act.
he was really good in that, but he has like no charisma in this movie. Like it's when he's doing stuff like, for example, like. I mean, can I talk about? Can I say one
Yo,
thing about the
you're gonna
movie? Or what you guys
spoil
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Home Alone or whatever it's
home,
called.
home Sweet Home Alone.
Is that what
yeah,
it's called? Wait, is that what it's
I think
called?
so.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
it's so bad. It's so
Whew.
bad. And like Liam kind of liked it too, and I was like, me and Amanda kept on having to spell stuff out about how bad it sucked. We're like, this movie's horrible. But dude, he's like putting Mentos into fucking like 2 liter Pepsi bottles and
That
throwing them
makes
at him.
sense. That
And
makes
he's
sense.
like, it's like the most
kid
ridiculous
logic
thing.
that checks out.
Yeah.
And they're bouncing around like all over the yard outside, hitting them over and over again. I'm like, oh dear God, what is happening?
Listen, that's just how we get down. And
I mean, to be fair, it's probably not made for adults, Todd. It's probably a kid's movie.
No, but some of those movies usually try to like, appease to the adults just so like, they're not pulling teeth watching it. Oh yeah, Keenan's in it too. Keenan, who else? A whole bunch of other people. It's like all SNL cast members.
I
yeah,
believe it.
sure.
Movie of the year.
I mean, good for Keenan. Get that money. Like, what are you so against Keenan getting that money for?
I want SNL to be
His is the
funny. I just
big
don't think it's been funny recently.
Whoa, hold on. Show of hands. Who in here watches SNL? I do.
Like regularly?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So,
I did when it was funny.
okay, so hold on.
Damn.
When is the last time that the two of you have like sat down?
I watch like highlights.
I'm
from,
not
like,
talking
the
about
best
highlights.
kid.
I'm saying watching SNL.
Never. I mean, not since
Yeah.
like probably.
The current cast has definitely found their groove, and I feel like they have started to develop better characters, or at least revisit characters that they have and really dial them in. And I feel like one of the things that SNL was lacking for me for a while was like the
Comedy?
Damn.
no, just like I feel like they would have long sketches and they would go off the rails in the wrong types of ways, where now I feel like the sketches are more when they go off the rails, they're leaning into the right things. And it's like, this sketch is ridiculous, but like ridiculous for the reasons you would want to see. And I feel
I
like
don't think it's bad because of like political humor either. I just don't think I like.
they
I've watched
they've
like
strayed away. Not strayed away. They still definitely do political sketches, and sometimes have like their opening sketch be a political sketch. But they've definitely kind of pivoted away from that. Like there was a whole good like season or 2 seasons, or maybe even longer, I can't remember, where like every sketch opened with Alec Baldwin as Trump, and like it was funny, like, whatever, topical, blah blah blah. But like they have a cast member now that does Trump when they do him, and he's like way better than Alec Baldwin was. Not even that Alec Baldwin was that bad at doing the character, but like this, I don't even know the cast member's name because he's like a featured player, not like a full cast member yet. He's brand new this season, but I don't know. I've enjoyed this season a lot, definitely more than the last few seasons. But I feel like I don't know, like Cecily, I feel like is a strong force on the show, and I feel like
strong is strong.
Yeah, she's like never in sketches or not in sketches often. She's been in sketches more, and I feel like that's like good for the show. I'm sure she's writing a lot of sketches, but she's been appearing in more sketches. I don't know.
She was honestly probably busy with her Apple TV show.
And I'm not a Pete Davidson hater. I actually loved him in King of Staten Island. I just don't find anything like whenever I watch his clips, I don't find him funny as far as like sketch comedy goes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's all subjective. Everyone can enjoy what they want to enjoy. I just think that like this cast has gotten hate for a while now, but I really do feel like lately they've kind of found their groove and play really well off each other. A few people have left, which I did enjoy kind of how they intermingle with the rest, but I mean, it's
who's the big dogs now? Like who are like the big draws for Saturday Night Live at this point? Is Pete Davidson like one of them?
Yeah, I would say so. Cecily, Pete. I mean, Kate McKinnon is still there, but she's also barely in sketches, so I don't know if that's
she's still there.
Doesn't she have a thing? Doesn't she have a show or a movie? Maybe.
I don't remember.
I mean, obviously,
I saw someone mention recently that she wasn't there. Like she wasn't physically present. I didn't know if she like left.
I thought she was in a movie or a TV show. I thought I remember her getting cast in something.
Maybe. Obviously,
is she in? Was she in that Tiger King thing? That I don't know if it got canceled or not. Now I'm gonna look it up because
Google that.
But Keenan, I love Weekend Update. I think Michael Che and Colin are great together. I think that's like a highlight of the show every week. I think they play off each other really well. I feel like Mike enjoys at least Weekend Update.
Right, Mike?
I said I feel like Mike at least enjoys Weekend Update. I feel like you like Colin and Che.
I guess. I mean, I also haven't really sat down and watched SNL in a very long time. And I will just watch a couple of the sketches that end up on YouTube, and sometimes I'll watch a bit of Weekend Update. I don't think I ever watched the whole thing, but they're good.
Yeah,
she's
passable.
She's in the Joe Exotic show, or it's going to be like a limited series, and the guy from Twin Peaks, the captain, is Howard Baskin, and she's Carol Baskin. Yeah.
But the original Paul Atreides.
I don't know that I know who was playing Joe Exotic. I don't know that I know this guy.
Give me a name.
John Cameron Mitchell.
No, never heard of him. I thought Nicolas Cage was playing fucking that dude. Isn't he playing a movie as that the main guy?
I don't know. One of the things got canceled, I think.
Probably
one of the Tiger King projects.
What a shame. I don't know. I'll go to bat for SNL. It's not like I'm not sitting here saying it's like the best thing ever, but I enjoy it on a weekly basis. It's a good time for me. But I wanted to open the show up first before we went off that SNL tangent with everyone's favorite segment, Mike's Anna Minute. Mike, as the resident anime senpai, how are you feeling about all of these anime crossovers kind of happening around the same point in time? You get Naruto coming to Fortnite. You got Jujutsu Kaisen in PUBG. Attack on Titan coming to Call of Duty. What are we feeling about this? Like, are you on board with these crossovers? Or you want more? You want less? Where are you at?
It's weird.
Mike, we playing some PUBG?
PUBG Mobile, Todd.
Oh,
get it on your phone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only on the mobile version?
That's the way that tweet I saw was phrased. I could be wrong. It seemed like they specified mobile, so I assume.
Is Jujutsu Kaisen like crossover big? Like, is it big, or is it just because it's PUBG?
it was very popular when the anime released.
I don't know.
So,
I mean, you're the anime senpai.
That's got to count for something. Like, it was probably like one of the bigger titles to come out. I think it started late last year, and then it finished up earlier this year, if I remember right. Because I remember I picked it up late, and I was binging through it in like December.
I've like never heard of the show ever.
So yeah, it's popular.
What would be the crossover to get Mikey all wiggly? Like, what would be the one you'd be like, oh shit, I'm about to drop fat stacks? Like, what is the one?
I don't know. None of this makes any sense. None of this makes any sense.
Like, you need
like
you need a Luffy skin in Fortnite, or like you need something different? What's
why would he be in there now?
What's gonna get Daddy's rocks off? That's what we need to know.
Sure. Let's get some shit. What's my joke answer? What is my good joke answer?
What's your real answer? What is gonna, like, Epic is listening right now. I'm like, what is gonna get you to reach into your pocket and hand, like, no, not even.
I'm already gonna end up buying, if it's legitimately those 4 skins for Naruto and Fortnite. I'll buy those 4.
You're
skins.
buying all 4? Oh, Mike's buying the fucking.
I'll buy all 4.
The fucking ninja starter pack over here.
Like, I'll do it.
Are you mad that Boruto is not a skin? If that leak is true.
I mean, yes, in the sense that I would just play Boruto and just purposely feed. Like, I would land with other people and just let them kill me.
Is there a character from Shippuden you wish was making the cut here? I mean, Team 7 makes sense.
Team 7's there. Yeah, Team 7 makes sense. Let's see, who else? I mean, if we could get, like, I don't know how they would implement the Akatsuki in the game as like a cosmetic, like, not like, almost like you could wear their cloak over your skin, but I don't think we have anything that would facilitate that.
Oh, you wouldn't just want, like, Hitachi in there?
Itachi?
Yeah, Hitachi.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, that would be cool, but I feel like that's a pull. At that point, then it's like, oh yeah, let's let's get Itachi. Oh, let's get Jiraiya. Oh, let's get Orochimaru. Oh,
well, I feel like the Akatsuki is like a very recognizable anime villain. You know what I mean? I would argue that.
Yeah. So it's recognizable, which is why I would say, get the cloaks in rather than any specific character.
Listen, if they're putting Fortnite Freddy in, like, the gang in, like, a Akatsuki skin set, that's whack Arnold's. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what you want, though? Like, you instead of getting an Itachi skin,
saying...
you'd want Jonesy. And I mean, it would be kind of funny to see Jonesy in an Akatsuki robe.
Yeah. Or, Peely Joe. What's his name?
Oh,
Banana?
I mean, all right. If we're going, like, if we're getting, like, cartoon fish stick Akatsuki and, like, fucking Peely Akatsuki, that's pretty dope. I'm down with that. Like, that's actually kind of amazing.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But like I said, I don't think there's a way for them to, like, we don't have that cosmetic kind of change in the game, right?
I do think that the precedent is...
I mean, Todd would love to have Rock Lee. Like, that's a fact.
But Rock Lee's not making the cut. There's
probably the only skin I'd buy.
There's people over Rock Lee.
No, you'd probably get Mike Guy.
Why would I get him?
He's like Rock Lee's sensei, and he looks just like him. He's just older.
Yeah, Guy sensei. I feel like the precedent is there, especially because, like, if it was just Naruto coming, I would say maybe not. But the fact that it's like, here's a suite of things, I could see if it's a lengthy little thing that they're like, oh, in a few weeks, fucking Itachi's going to show up on the map as, like, a villain or whatever. And then maybe you do Akatsuki missions to unlock him as a skin or something. I could definitely see that happening. They've done it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that would work.
It'd be kind of dope.
They said the collabs after not including the Naruto one are going to be even crazier down the line.
Wait,
so
what? The Nosferatu one? What is going on here?
Man, I said Naruto, whatever the fuck it's called. No, they said someone that leaks.
Conversation's a real Boruto.
Yeah. Oh, got him.
They said that like the stuff that's coming down the line in the next couple months is like crazier than
the collabs for the rest of the year is supposed to be crazy. Yeah.
I mean, we're getting Boba Fett on, I believe, Christmas Eve. It had a date.
We're getting Xenomorph and Ripley are back tonight, Todd.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But yeah, Boba Fett got shown for, I think it was December. I'm pretty sure it was like the 22nd or 24th.
24th, I think it is.
They
showed Fennec in the picture too. I imagine we'll probably get Fennec the same day.
And I'm sure they'll probably roll back a bunch of legacy Star Wars stuff that's been in the game when they drop that. Like they'll probably I mean, they do it with Marvel, they do it with DC. I mean, it makes sense to get more people to spend money, especially around the holidays. But I'm really hoping the thing I want is like the thing that would make me happy is a Spider-Man skin in December since the movie's coming out. What would be fucking bonkers if they did
there is a rumor that Spider-Man is one of the collabs.
Yeah. If they did a Spider-Verse event during December, that would be like that would actually be bonker town. Like if they went and got a bunch of Spider people, that would be fucking a lot. I would be down for that.
I mean, I don't know. I already have problems with the way that they're doing some of this, like Batman running around with a gun, where Batman is strictly against guns. Spider-Man is strictly against killing. So let's throw him in a game where
laser eyes. Like,
but
I know.
But isn't the lore of Fortnite that it's not real?
Just starting to get bonkers.
Isn't it the lore of Fortnite though that it's not real? It's like they're in the Matrix.
Like no, that's how they get past the censors in China. That is a legitimate thing that I read recently. Like they changed the game in a way in China so that a way, it can be released there. And I think that's one of the.
Yeah, it also. Oh no! Did it fail in China or did it fail in Japan? One of them. It's getting pulled off one of the servers.
I think it is China actually. Let me double check that.
Yeah, it's getting taken down in one country. I don't remember which one.
I didn't know that this was we were so invested in Fortnite to do.
We are.
But anyways,
yep.
Welcome everyone
to
the Passive Controller Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests. Sometimes we talk about SNL too much. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Saturday evening is the anime senpai himself, Mr. Michael Desir. Mike, how are you this lovely, rainy, windy evening?
That storm was crazy for all of, 5 minutes.
Were you getting that like crazy loud thunder and lightning?
Yeah, I heard the thunder first, and it was so far away at the time. I was like, is that actually thunder? Did a big truck roll by nearby? Then the thunder really came.
It like wasn't, at least it didn't seem like it was raining outside, and all of a sudden I just heard like it sounded like it fucking was in my yard. It was that loud. It was like it shook my fucking house. It was wild.
Yep, crazy stuff.
Also joining us this evening is the Fortnite father, Mr. Todd Gary. Shit's getting scary. Todd, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I haven't played Fortnite. When's the last time we played Fortnite?
We dropping tonight then? Is that what you're saying? You're trying to drop tonight?
No, I mean, I will, but I'll play a couple matches. I feel like every single fucking time I have a chance to play video games, I'm like, okay, an hour of this. Okay, that's enough. Okay, an hour of this. And I'm just trying to like balance everything, and it's not working out well.
You gotta balance Wonderworld. You gotta balance them all.
Balance.
Mike, that's ridiculous. Cosmetic. And rounding us out this
because I'm an island boy.
Is the Disney daddy. Very fitting since this is Disney Plus week. Dominic Ford. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
Todd, I was going to mention that I was playing Guardians yesterday. I think I'm almost caught up to where you are, but I would like check, like pause the game and like go into the menu, and it would be like Todd is in Call of Duty, and then I would pause it again, and it would be like an hour later it'd be like Todd is in Guardians, and then I'd pause it again and it'd be like Todd is playing. What was the other game that you were playing yesterday?
Forza.
Battlefield, Forza.
Battlefield. It was like every half hour I would pause the game and Todd would be playing something different.
It's so frustrating. It's like I want to play everything, but I can't. I'm pretty close to being done with Guardians. I think I would think so at this point.
I haven't started.
I think I'm on chapter 10.
Yeah, that's why I'm at chapter 10 or 11 right now. So yeah, I'm probably in the same spot as you.
Yeah, I don't want to say the spot that I'm at. Like, Drax just walked off the ship.
Okay, yeah. I just did that same stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't started yet. I've just been too busy with fucking work and house shit to.
I do think it's really good, but I feel like I got to a point the last day or two I've been playing it where it's like I'm not really playing a game. I'm just kind of like going through cutscene after cutscene, which is fine because the cutscenes are good and everything.
I think the point that we're at in the game right now is very narrative driven.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
So, but I mean, I haven't played very much this year, so it is my game of the year currently.
Yeah, of course,
I mean, right? I've seen a lot of people saying.
I mean,
that
I love the game, so
yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying that it is up there for them.
Yeah.
My only gripe with the game is that by the time I'm going to unlock most of these like move sets for like the other people, the game's going to be over. It feels like I feel like
I feel like I have. From what I've been reading, I think we're only like halfway through.
So. Oh, okay, cool.
I do want to start it. I was hoping to start it this weekend, but we'll see.
And I'm running with my lineup is all in their Guardians movie costumes right now.
Oh, nice.
You'd love to see it. Well, a couple of housekeeping things before we roll right into it. The first of which being this episode of the Pass Controller Podcast is sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area or the North Shore of Massachusetts on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, you want yourself something hot, something sweet, something tasty, fresh out of the oven, make sure to head on down to 1 Washington Square and educate yourself on these tasty, tasty treats. And let me tell you, if you don't know what a fatty is, you can check them out on social media at Goodnight Fatty and figure it out for yourself. You will not be disappointed. And if you do head down, let them know Pass the Controller's saying. Last bit of housekeeping. Last month's episode of the PTC Movie Club is finished and up there. If you missed it, Donnie Darko, make sure to check that out. The current pick for November is Mike's pick, and it is Memento. Memento. So Mementos, the fresh maker.
Fresh maker.
That's what was fucking me up. I was like, am I just saying that fucking candy right now? What am I doing? If you want to listen to us talk about Memento, we'll talk about that at the end of the month. Might be a little bit weird of a release just because holidays, so we may do it a little early, maybe a little after, you'll see. But either way, in the next coming weeks, we will do an episode on Memento. So if you are interested in that, make sure to watch Memento. Do you know if it's streaming anywhere, Mike? Did we discuss this? I don't remember.
I did look briefly, and it's not that I looked briefly. It is streaming on Amazon the same way Donnie Darko was, so it has ads in it.
Gotcha.
And it's on
a normal thing with Amazon,
I think. There are certain things that aren't Prime. They're part of a different thing.
It's on Tubi, and it's on Pluto TV.
Pluto TV, yeah.
There you go. So check out Memento. We'll talk about it at the end.
It's also mostly on my Plex server. I was watching it through there, and then it must have been there might have been maybe 10 minutes left, and it just stopped. I was like, huh? What?
You own the film.
I own it. So what I did was at some point I ripped the DVD and put it on my Plex server, but apparently the rip didn't work right.
Oh.
And I didn't know that until I tried watching it.
Is it on the Google Play account?
No, because that doesn't attach to my Plex server in any way.
No, I just wasn't sure if we had a code for it or not.
No, because that I bought that.
Probably older than codes, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. So, first order of business is everyone's new favorite segment. It's definitely Grayson's new favorite segment. So, Mike, you gotta step up to the plate here for Mike Crossing.
Yo, fuck Animal Crossing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing like 2 hours a day almost.
Todd's fucking hooked right back in. Todd for months crying about they don't have content. Well,
I'm actually getting items. I'm getting new items on a daily basis.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm finally like, yes, all right, here we go.
Listen, you got to do what the game was meant to do, is be played over a long period of time. Not let's play what is supposed to be a long time commitment in fucking 10 days because we are stuck in our houses. So enjoy it. I'm loving it. I play a little bit of Animal Crossing every day, and I'm so fucking happy to be back on my island. It is incredible. There's so much new shit to do. I'm so happy.
I was gonna say my morning routine went from like doing a couple things to like I need a good half hour like of like everything I do in the morning now, going from like Harv's Island to now going to the Happy Home stuff and seeing what's there, then going to my house, my town store to see what's in there, and then just all this. I've got some crazy stuff too.
Yeah, there's definitely some crazy items. I'm also very happy gyroids are back. That's like the thing I'm most excited for, and I just like hunting gyroids every day and finding.
I got stadium lights that are. I don't know if you've seen the stadium lights.
I don't think so.
They're enormous. Like it's like towers over your house. They're that big.
Oh shit! I'm gonna build a fucking coliseum. I'm gonna build a fucking arena.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like trying to throw them in my nightclub. Just blind
that'd be kind of cool. You should do that.
Yeah, right.
But that brings us to the real business here, Mike. I'm gonna throw this character at you, and you're gonna have to tell us what they do and what they are. Are you ready for this, Mike? Mike, the Animal Crossing character Franklin. What is he? What is it?
Is he like Franklin the Turtle?
No.
The turtle?
The Turtle. Turkleton.
The Turkletons.
Is that your real guess?
What, turtle?
Yeah.
Turtle was my real guess.
Okay, no, he is not a turtle. Do you want to have
100% would have been my guess too.
Do you want to guess again, Mike? What do you think Franklin is? Now that you got that Nick Jr. bullshit out of your brain.
What other animals would be named Franklin?
It's Franklin.
I don't think the name on this one is.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Not.
If he's not a turtle, then he's just an animal named Franklin.
What does Franklin, like when you think Franklin besides turtle?
Oh, unless it's. I have to look it up.
It's a pig.
Like you close your eyes, Mike, and you say Franklin, the Animal Crossing villager. Like where does your brain go? Like what do you see? Like what would be called a Franklin?
You're asking me to erase 20 plus years of associating Franklin with turtles.
Well, just turtle's wrong. So just what would be your next association?
Turtle.
Don't listen to Brendan because you're not going to associate this animal with.
I of course not. So I'm just going to pick another animal out of a hat. Let's say, if I look around here. You know what I'm going to do? This is going to be great. This will be a great way for me to figure this one out.
I don't think this is going to help
Mike,
you.
the bananas are still on your head. What is going on here? Are you really wearing bananas?
You're a fucking idiot, Todd.
So what I did was I grabbed an Animorph book right off my shelf, and I'm just going to use the animal that's on the cover there.
I don't think
and
it's
this
going
time
I like it.
It's a rat.
Not a rat.
Holy shit.
I will say, Mike, you sort of said the right answer at some point.
Oh, turtle was close?
You said
what?
He said like Turkler
I said
or something.
At some point.
No, you said Turkler or something.
Oh yeah, I guess at a point I did screw up and say Turkle.
Yeah, Franklin is a turkey.
That's dumb.
Come on, Mike. What month are we in?
Yeah, come on, Mike. I'm giving you a layup. We're in November. I'm giving you a layup, Mike.
Christ, man.
Yeah,
another holiday.
That's so early in November. I figured you would,
Yo,
how many Thanksgiving animals do you guys even have?
Mike,
you're gonna really
let's just say you wanted me to give you the week of fucking turkey.
That's true.
Like that, you want me to like roll it to you? You want me to put it on a tee so you can smack out of the park? I gotta give you a little bit.
Yes.
We're in November.
All right, so I looked up to see why his name is Franklin.
Is there a reason?
Oh.
Benjamin Franklin preferred the wild turkey to the American eagle as the national symbol.
There you fucking go, Mike. You could have fucking pulled that one out. Fucking Big Ben over here.
No.
Benny the turkey lover. Anyways, so Mike Franklin, what does he do?
Let's see. He offers himself up.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna
eat.
say the same shit.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Guess again, sir.
Does he poop out stuffing for you to eat?
Nope.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay.
Think back to what you know of Animal Crossing, Mike.
we've established I know nothing.
What
about
did
Animal
fucking
Crossing,
Captain Jack do? What did Jack do?
He trades you candy for hand jobs or something.
It wasn't hand job. Close. Not hand jobs though.
Close.
So
anyway, so then so Tom Turkey here, aka Franklin, who's not a turtle, he will in exchange for bells, right? Because you guys use bells as
there's a new currency now, actually.
Yeah, we do use bells and pokey, but Mike, what you didn't trade bells to Jack? You think you trade bells to Frankie here?
Yeah, because Frankie here is all about that paper.
All right, well you're wrong. But what do you think you get from Franklin?
Corn. Mashed potatoes.
Franklin comes to your island, Mike, to celebrate Turkey Day. You can cook three different dishes with him if you collect all the ingredients from your villagers, and you can have Turkey Day dinner with Franklin. You can create.
What are the dinners that you can eat? Just out of curiosity, are they all animal based?
Well, Mike, you can make 4 Turkey Day items with Franklin if you collect all of the ingredients. What do you think the 4 dishes are?
Cranberry sauce because it sucks.
Nope. Keep going.
Warm biscuits.
Nope. 0 for 2. Keep going.
Ham.
Nope. 0 for 3. Can you sync the final one? Can you sync the final? Gotta believe, Mike.
Some sort of pastry, like a pie.
Oh, okay. I'll accept it. I'll accept pie as an answer. But what kind of pie you think it is?
Apple pie.
Oh, Mike, you're fucking at the finish line. You're right there. Pumpkin pie.
I don't care.
Pumpkin pie, clam chowder.
You can't have sex with a pumpkin pie. Well, you can, but it's not.
Have you tried? Have you compared?
I let the movies do it for me.
Okay. Clam chowder, gratin, and fish meuniere. I don't know how to say that word. MEUNIE with an apostrophe RE. I'm assuming it's maybe a French
Let's talk
word.
about the one that was before that. What was it? Gratin?
Gratin.
The fuck is that?
My God.
It's
I don't fucking know.
It's a potato dish.
They can't eat animals, dish. Mike. Apparently, besides fish or clams, there's no clam villagers. There's no fish villagers either. Are there any?
Understand this game.
Are there any water animals? No.
Octopus.
Oh yeah, they're octopus. Right? Yeah, octopi. I got Cephalobot, so he's gonna be joining my island.
Oh, you got?
I got the card.
I actually have someone moving out tomorrow, so I got to go to my normal, use my miles, and go to the island day tomorrow.
Oh hell yeah, that's exciting. That's very exciting.
I know, it really is.
I mean, if there's a card I have that you want, I can call into my campground, or you can come take them.
Oh, you have to tell me who you have.
We can take a look. We can take a look later.
I honestly really want Anka, whatever her name is. That's like my goal.
I don't have that card because it's you gotta be real lucky to get that one. Anyways, we should roll into besides the things we've already talked about. Is anyone playing anything else, Mike?
Huh? What? Playing something?
Have you been playing anything, Mike?
No. I think I turned on Strikers for all of 5 minutes and realized I didn't remember what was going on, so I stopped playing.
Isn't that the worst, though? That's like the worst feeling when you want to play a game and you haven't played it in a while and you jump back into it. That stops me from playing games quite a bit. If I take too much time off.
That's why one of the things I love the most about Dragon Quest XI, and that's why I don't mind if I fall off that game for a while. When you open the game again, you can get a very detailed summary of what you have done and what you're doing currently. Cool. Yeah. And it's very good about hey, do you want to know what you've been up to? Just in case you've been away for a bit. It's very helpful. I wish more games could do that. Any interest in SMT5, Mike? That just came out?
I don't know.
I haven't started it yet. I could give you a breakdown of how I feel, but I haven't started yet.
You're a Persona guy, Mike. I feel like this would be,
I'm the biggest Persona guy. People call me
Mr. P.
Something.
Persona Pete.
Persona Pete.
Persona is a lot different than Shimigami. Shimigami is
I know.
Supposedly much more difficult, much more nitty gritty, RPG, where Persona has a lot more like other things going on. I don't think
I
Shin
was
Megami
just
has that many
dicking
other
around.
things.
Yeah, I was just dicking around Persona, and I managed to beat it. So I don't. I mean, now that I have the, at least the basic knowledge, maybe I could play it, but I don't see myself actually doing it.
Yeah, you having Persona knowledge is definitely beneficial if you decided to jump into SMT5. From what I understand, if you have played Persona, you definitely have like solid footing to play SMT5. It also has like 3 different difficulty settings, so if it is difficult, you can always just turn it down a little bit. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to start that up. I intended on starting it last night, but by the time I finally got to bed, I was so exhausted. I was like, if I start this, I'm gonna fall asleep and not remember what I was doing. So I'm just gonna wait until I'm awake today. What about you, Todd? Anything?
No, just all those games I've been juggling.
Yeah.
Started playing Battlefield, but Battlefield's like tough because Battlefield takes a little getting used to, and it can take like a couple hours, and then all of a sudden it just like kicks in, and you're like, oh, now I'm enjoying Battlefield. But yeah, I think I just need to wait till the game comes out, and I'll play it a little bit more. And
Yeah.
it actually is running way better than I thought it would. Minus the fact if you can get into a match, it doesn't seem as choppy as that beta was. But I haven't even been able to get into like last night. I tried for like off and on for like an hour, and it wouldn't even let me in.
Yeah.
So it's probably I don't think they were expect. I don't know if they planned out letting everyone just get a free 10-hour trial, before the game launches.
I mean, they probably did that on purpose because this gives them a week to maybe try to iron some things
Stress
out
test and everything.
for the main launch. What about you, Dom? Anything other than Guardians?
No, that's basically all I've been playing for the last week.
Okay. I have been super busy, so I haven't had a lot of time to play games. I've been jumping in and out of Forza, which I love. Like, I played Forza Thursday night, I think, for like 2 hours, and I honestly, I barely even raced. I just kind of put on music and drove around, and that's like some of the most fun I had this year. Just driving around.
It doesn't get boring. There's always something popping up.
It's
always
so gorgeous. It's just fun to kind of just drive around in like silly cars. The people have already gone fucking ball sandwich with like custom designs in there. Like I've downloaded so many ridiculous like custom designs for my cars. Like
it's so easy to download it too. That's why it's so great.
Yeah.
Like you just pop in, you're like, I like this one. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, mine.
You can search by keywords and stuff, and I've had some
I
luck.
didn't even think about that.
I've had some luck finding certain things, but I want to get more cars before I start doing that because I'm sure I haven't even like got to the cars I want to start using more regularly and stuff. I need to get a Warthog. Jesse has a Warthog already. You can get
Wait, there's a Warthog in the game?
Bro, there's so many things in this game. I
know. I'm just kind of like exploring and letting it all happen, and I'm not even like trying to like search stuff out. I'm just kind of going to barns all the time. If I drive by a barn, I'm like, oh, let's find this car. Or if I'm, the game is pretty incredible.
It's pretty great. It is a good time. Like I highly recommend, especially if you have Game Pass. Like I highly recommend just downloading it. Like it's a very good. It can be that like, in-depth car. What do I want to say?
Like sim.
Yeah,
Racing
car.
sim?
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of the word sim. Like you definitely can dial into the nitty gritty and like tune your cars how you want, but you also don't have to do that. And the game does a lot of like recommendations for like, oh, you should pick these cars for this race. And it's like it helps you in those ways if you need it. If you're someone that isn't super educated on cars, I'm surely not. But it's just like a fun. It's the perfect balance for me at least of like not too arcadey and not too demanding. It's just like right in the middle of it can be both, but it just lives in the middle, and it's just a really fun game, and it's gorgeous.
The controls are so tight too, like drifting and everything. Like especially once you get the hang of it, it just feels so good.
Yeah, it's a good time. That's definitely like that is easily in my top 5 for the year, like for sure. Like the game is so good.
My only gripe is some of these boards you have to smash that are like on top of buildings. I'm like, motherfucker, how do I don't want to figure this out.
No,
right
what do you want to figure out? There's like 200 boards.
Have you seen one? That one is in like a telephone pole wedged in between two things where like I watched someone try to get it for 2 hours and then they finally got it. That you have to launch yourself perfectly to hit it and stuff.
That's great. That sounds like a great time to me, like trying to figure out how to launch my car. But yeah, that game is fantastic. I highly recommend it. I just unlocked you You ever turn on the Skull and Halo birthday grunt where if you headshot a grunt, it's like confetti pops out and like it's like kids going like cheering. I unlocked that as my car horn, so it's like my car
nice.
horn.
That's great.
You can get like the Windows like startup sound and stuff. Like Mike, there's all these like random Microsoft sounds that you can get as your car horn. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
When you have you done any races, or have you just kind
Yeah,
of
I've done
stuck to
some
driving
races.
around?
No, I've done
Because
some
like,
races, but I'm like
am I
I'm in the
in your
point right
racing
now where
though?
I'm just like hanging around in the game.
Like when you race, so is it showing my time after you finish a race? Or are you like racing against me, or
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just
It
curious if that's
populates the
is it
game with my friend list, the people that have
okay?
played Forza.
Gotcha.
Um,
I didn't know if it was like my legit times or what you're going by
no,
when
it
you're
is.
racing. Or...
It's your drive avatar.
It is okay.
Unless you turn that setting off, it will like
No, I didn't.
yeah, me and you like we're friends. So like your car shows up, Jesse's car shows up, like people that play the game that I'm friends with on Xbox. It will be like if it's a race that they've done, it'll be their actual like time and
Cool.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
I was wondering that. And
yeah, I don't. Maybe there's some other tweaks about it, but I'm pretty sure if they've done the race, it's like their time on the race. So you're like racing against their actual like ghosts.
I think that if you rewind, it factors it in because there was a race. It was like one of the earlier races that I did, and you were in front of me, and I beat you at this last second, and all of a sudden I still came in second place though because I had to rewind once, and
Yeah,
maybe you just didn't rewind that race or something like that.
yeah. I try not to rewind. Um, but yeah, the game's great. I'm having a really good time. The only issue I'm having with it right now, and I'm assuming it's just kind of launch day stuff, cross-play stuff, and cross-gen stuff, is I've had some issues with like online, like matchmaking and like I
Online's been a little iffy.
yeah, like I played one night with Jesse and Eric Van Allen, and we were like having an issue grouping up for a little bit, but I'm sure I'm like very sure that will be fixed very soon because
Yeah,
the
it'll
game
kick
just
me
came
out
out.
of online randomly while I'm playing
Yeah,
too, and I'm like,
same.
but
Yeah,
I don't know why.
you have to
Yeah,
like
it's
press
probably
X to like reconnect and stuff.
yeah,
It's kind of
yeah.
bizarre, but that stuff will
I
get
be
ironed out.
can I be Mater from Cars yet?
No, you can't be Mater
When I
from
can be
Cars.
There's
Mater from
probably
Cars, I'll
probably like
download
a
Forza.
there's probably a paint job for something like that though.
Oh,
To be
there's
honest with
100% a paint job for
you.
fucking everything. Like, do you want your car to look a certain way? Search it. It's there. Like,
I didn't realize you could search. I didn't look that far into it. I find so many good pics off the
yes.
front page that I'm like,
Most of the time when I open the front page, if I just open that menu, it's like 7 different like anime cars. It's always
yeah,
like
exactly,
anime cars.
exactly, right.
From anime that
Like
I
I saw
don't
like
know. So I feel weird if I download it and put it on my car. I still do, but I don't know what the anime is. Like it'll say the title of it too, and I'm just like, I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna drive around with it.
yeah,
Um,
I saw the Diva car right away, and I'm like, oh, I'm obviously putting this skin on my car right
yeah,
now. And then I now I got to search to see what else is out
yeah.
there.
There's definitely some cool stuff. I have an Eevee car.
I'm
I
gonna
have a
need a Wu
Mario
Tang
Brothers
car.
car. There's definitely a Wu Tang car. There's a
Yeah, I
car
was
for
gonna say,
everything. It's
yeah,
like people
right.
are just going nuts with it so far. It's wonderful. But I'm loving that. And then the only other thing I've really played besides like Animal Crossing and kind of tinkering with a few other things is Before Your Eyes. Which holy shit, I don't know how to talk about this game without ruining the game. So the only way I can talk about it is very vaguely. But I will say this is by far one of the best games I've played this year. One of the best games I've played in a long time. So if I know Todd's a little bit familiar, I don't know if Mike and Dom are familiar at all, and I don't know if people listening out there are familiar with this game. But Before Your Eyes is a PC game only right now. I don't know if it'll come to other things. I hope it does because I want more people to play it. And it's a game I've been meaning to play for a while now. I just haven't gotten around to it. But some of the lovely folks over there reached out and sent me a code, so I immediately played it, and I bawled my fucking eyes out. The game pulls so hard at you emotionally. And I won't talk about the story at all because I think it's just something you have to experience for yourself. But the main thing with this game is the controller is your eyes, like your eyeballs are the controller, and you play it with a webcam. The webcam tracks your eye movements, so it knows when you blink. So you use your mouse to like move the camera around, but you have to use your eyes to do any inputs. There are certain points where you have to like blink on a specific thing to like like it's like you're pressing the A button or whatever. But for the majority of the game, the way it works is, I guess, just kind of broad stroke story. your life is basically flashing before your eyes. So you're revisiting your life. And as this game is going on, whenever you blink forward in your memories. So like there'll be things going on, there'll be memories you're reliving, and if you blink, it skips forward to like sometimes it's like, you know, sometimes it's a month later, sometimes it's years later. Like it's like different gaps of time, but it's this weird, like it is such a weird way to control a game, but it's like so well done and it works so well in the way that the storytelling is, because it really does like feel very intimate because you're controlling with your eyes. And there are definitely points, at least for me, I'm sure it'll be different for everybody, but there were definitely points for me where if you like, I was like either crying or holding back tears or just very emotionally invested in what's happening. And there will be points where like there is story playing out on the screen and my eyes are trying to not cry and I'm trying to not blink, and it's so much pressure because it's like I'm trying to not be like sad at this game and also trying to not blink, because if I blink, I'm gonna miss what the fuck they're talking about. But it's like it's good in all the right ways, and I don't feel like I ever missed anything by blinking. Like I still feel like I got told a very complete and very meaningful story. I do want to replay it again and kind of try to stay in certain scenes a little bit longer, see what stuff I did miss.
Clockwork Orange that shit. Pin open your eyes and just fucking
No.
don't.
You can there is an option to like turn off eye tracking and just play it with mouse clicks, but like I might
It's not
do
the same.
I might do that at some point just to fully see every scene, but I would like you're playing the game wrong, unless again for accessibility reasons. Like if you can't play the game that way, I understand, and you just want to experience it. But if you can play the game that way, like play the game for the first time at least using your eyes, because it is a fucking wild experience. And if anyone else ever plays it, we'll talk about it more in depth. But like I can't really say anything because I think the story is really good, but it's something you have to just experience yourself. But it stinks that I don't know if other non-Oculus headsets have any eye tracking, but it stinks that Oculus doesn't, because this would be a perfect VR game. But I don't think it tracks your eyes or has that capability. So
I'm curious if I'd be able to play it on my my Mac.
you can. I don't know if your Mac can handle it, but it does run on Mac.
Yeah, I'm curious because it has like a camera and everything. So I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's a short game. I played it in one sitting. I played it in like an hour, maybe 2 hours. I don't think it was more than that. It definitely wasn't like more than 3 hours, but it was really good. Like I will play it again just to kind of go through it one more time, but also see if I missed anything. But absolutely like a top game of the year for me. Like it's in my top list currently. Will probably stay there somewhere in the top 10 for sure. But before we get into, you know what? No, we'll go right into it. Disney Plus Day was this week, and Disney apparently owns everything on the planet. Or if you didn't know that and wanted that reminder, they really do just fucking own everything. I feel like every time I open Twitter, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? What day was it?
Friday? Was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday.
It was yesterday.
Yesterday. I feel like every time I opened Twitter, I was like, oh, here's 17 more announcements. And I looked at Twitter 10 minutes ago. We obviously don't have to go into everything that they showed off and announced, but I'm sure there are plenty of things that all of us care about in different ways. So I don't know if we want to segment it out and like talk about Marvel first and then talk about other things or whatever, but whatever makes the most sense. I'm assuming most of us kind of watched and read up on a lot of these updates and trailers and sneak peeks and stuff.
Yes, I will start with saying that I wish there were some more trailers, but like actual trailers, but
yeah. Let's kick it off with the Marvel stuff. It just I think make more sense to kind of pack things together.
Let's start with Star Wars, since it's literally Kenobi.
Hell yeah, hit me with it, baby.
I'm excited. I am curious to see how they bring Hayden Christensen into Kenobi. I mean, we knew that he was coming anyways, but I just still am curious how Vader is going to be part of a Kenobi story, knowing that as of A New Hope,
they hadn't seen each other since.
Yeah, people were pissed about that. Like,
so my guess is it's going to be through flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we know timeline wise where the show, like, is it supposed to take place?
It takes place after episode 3, but before episode 4.
You're a fucking idiot. Well, doesn't episode 3
It takes place on Tatooine to start, at least, or he ends up on Tatooine by the end of the show, I guess is the best way to say it.
Is Hayden Christensen Vader in the show? Is that confirmed? Like, is that who he is? Like, that's what he is, like, transformed into Vader at this point.
By the end of episode 3, he is Vader.
He is Vader.
He's got the suit on and everything.
Mike, you want me to remember how episode 3 went?
You want me to remember Star Wars?
I haven't watched the
I might ask you to remember Star Wars. I just want you to understand that by episode 4, the first movie in the original trilogy, which means for you, like the first movie.
Mike, I know. I've seen A New Hope.
Oh, I forgot he didn't watch prequels.
I have seen all the prequels. I haven't seen them since they came out. I have not ever rewatched them.
But I just want you to acknowledge the fact that movie, like, at no point was Anakin Skywalker a thing in that movie other than your dad was once a Jedi. It was always Vader. So I just wanted to make that clear. So anything that takes place before.
Yeah, I'm not confused by that. I'm saying in episode 3, I didn't know if he was Vader at that point. Like, I didn't know if there was a point.
At the end of the film, there's a scene.
Yes.
Where he falls in the lava.
Yes, I do know the height advantage. I know all about the height advantage.
And then he wakes up and says, "Where's Padme?"
It seems in your anger, Anakin, you killed her.
Is that how the movie ends?
It's one of the last. It's part of that ending montage.
Yeah. Wait, does Padme die? I don't remember any of this shit.
She died in childbirth.
Let's start from the beginning. Anakin is a child on Tatooine.
When
he's like 10 years old.
When does fucking
a long time ago?
When does
in a galaxy far away?
When do they pod race? Is that in episode 3?
There's no pod racing in episode 3.
Is Jar Jar in episode 3?
He is.
Yeah, I think he's at Padme's funeral.
Whatever happens to Sebulba?
I think he shows back up in episode 3, doesn't he? Does Anakin see him when he goes back to Tatooine?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Some say he's still out on the pod racing course going poodle.
Honestly, while we're on Star Wars, some of the coolest Star Wars I've ever consumed was the Visions recently. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, I haven't watched it still.
Visions was pretty dope.
It's really good, especially that.
I know. I gotta
episode.
finish
that first episode. I was like,
the first one was Ronin, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So good.
But the initial question before we got derailed because Star Wars.
Did you forget what Star Wars?
I didn't forget what Star Wars. I didn't know. What I was trying to say was, like, was this show supposed to take place in between 3 and 4, or is it like, do we not know if it's there, or like you said, flashbacks? Like, do we know timeline?
My guess is that he's going to have. My guess is that the flashbacks are going to be related to him, like, watching over Luke and him remembering his time with Anakin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my thing about that, though, and with technology these days, you can do whatever you want. But have you seen Hayden Christensen recently? Like, he's not playing a young Anakin Skywalker anymore.
He'll be fine. They made Robert Downey Jr. look like he was 20 years old again.
It looked really good.
Yeah, too. For all of 30 seconds.
They made Mark Hamill look like he was 20 years old again.
Also true.
They put his face in his body.
And he wasn't even there.
That was just a fancy Snapchat filter.
Yeah.
I could be Mark Hamill.
I thought they did good.
God help me, I hope it's Mark
Hamill. He's gonna find a Mark Hamill filter.
I thought they did good with Leia at the end of Rogue One too. Again, also a very short
I thought
scene.
they did good too, but it was very.
Who was the
Peter
villain?
Branagh?
Yeah,
Peter Branagh.
He was in a lot of scenes, and I feel like he looked good.
I thought his name was Cushing.
Peter Cushing. Yeah.
What movie was that? Was that Last Jedi?
That was Rogue One. And
was Rogue One too?
If you rewatch it, he looks very computer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, again, he's dead.
Yeah.
So they did good with what they had.
Yeah.
But Mike didn't find Mark Hamill apparently.
I did not find it.
Anything
but yes,
Star Wars related that got you?
It's well, they only showed Kenobi, I think.
Didn't they? Wasn't there something else Boba Fett related?
Fortnite?
The
No.
no,
Wasn't
the
wasn't
thing
there
we're
like a
talking about.
wasn't there like a making of Star Wars thing?
There's a behind the helmet. I still haven't watched it. It went up on Disney Plus yesterday.
Oh, it's already up. Oh, I definitely want to watch that
Yeah,
then.
there's a bunch of new stuff that went up yesterday that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
available now.
I watched. Did anyone watch the 5-minute Simpsons thing?
Yeah,
No.
was whatever.
I'm
No,
like
not yet.
kind of surprised that like Disney let them do that.
I mean, the older stuff of them talking about Disney before they bought Disney
Yeah,
is,
but that's
I
different.
mean, before Disney bought them.
That's a little different. Does current Simpsons still poke fun at Disney or no?
Probably.
Maybe. I mean, I don't really watch.
I don't
the
know. I
show,
haven't watched it. It
but
hasn't been funny.
but I think they still do.
I don't know. I enjoyed the 5-minute thing. I liked it.
It was fine.
I could do a Homer Goofy spinoff. I could be down with that. I haven't watched any of the other like spin-off stuff they did. Like, didn't they do a couple Marvel ones too?
I think I watched. They did a Star Wars one. They did one for Loki, I think.
Yeah.
I did watch the Loki one. I know I did that.
Were they good or no? I haven't watched them.
I mean, it was whatever.
I didn't watch the Marvel one.
Okay.
I thought they did a Star Wars one pretty early on, but I could be wrong.
I thought they did more than one. I thought they did a Loki one, but I thought they also did.
Oh,
Like,
maybe they did an
Avengers
Infinity
one.
War one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought they did do another of like Avengers themed one or something, but I haven't watched any of them. But when I opened Disney Plus, because I wanted to rewatch like the 15-minute long like Marvel cut of stuff for Disney Plus Day. I saw the Simpsons thing there. I was like, oh, it's 5 minutes. Let me just fucking watch this real quick.
Yeah.
But I guess transitioning to Marvel there, I mean, are we at the point where we're about to get too much Marvel? Like, I don't feel that way, but like, are we at that point where we're about to get too much?
I just don't know how they're going to bring this all together because it was it was way more simplistic the first go around because you had your set movies of, A, B, C, D, and E characters that we all knew and, we all recognize now. Everything they're showing are like characters that like are going deeper in the well. And it's, I don't know. I'm sure they'll be able to do it. And I'm not going to really question Marvel, but I just don't see how. I'm very curious how they're going to do with the movie stuff because there's a lot of stuff going on with the movies right now. A lot of like no name, like Shang-Chi, like Eternals, like stuff that people don't really know a lot about. And then we have all these TV shows, and I just can't picture how they're going to bring these all together and make a coherent movie that has so much going on with so many characters. Where like, I mean, Civil War had a good amount of characters, but like it really, like there's like so many characters right now. I just don't know how they're going to do this.
Well, so I'm wondering if like the future of the next phase or couple of phases isn't what the previous MCU was, which the previous MCU was, let's slowly build this thing where all of these people will come together. Like maybe the future, or at least the near future, isn't let's build this thing and immediately throw everyone on the same screen together. Maybe it's like, let's build up this part of the MCU and these people are dealing with these things and maybe these people will interact with these other people. And then kind of like do another group over here and like have different like groups of superheroes that maybe intermingle, but maybe aren't all like, hey, there's this giant cosmic threat yet. Maybe that's like later down the road, and then some of these other factions start to kind of bleed together, or maybe not. I have no idea. But I like you get that like quick montage at the end of the Marvel thing where it's like, and that's not it. Here's fucking 17 more logos for some shows we knew about and some shows we didn't know about. I meant to look up what Echo is. I still don't know what it is. I still didn't look it up.
Echo is a character from the Hawkeye show. Echo is a character in Hawkeye's lore. She is deaf.
Okay.
I think Echo is deaf. I am struggling to remember because Hawkeye is deaf in the comics.
So is that why in the show, in the trailer, he says he can't hear?
Yeah,
I don't know because
it looks like they're bringing him into play.
At one point they were signing to each other. I'm pretty sure, and I was like,
when they were jump starting the car.
I was like, I wonder if they're gonna make Kate deaf now, but maybe I don't know. It's unimportant. Echo, I think, is going to show up in the Hawkeye show.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that will be the spinoff for that.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I told Brenden this too. Like, I don't want to like. I don't think this is a spoiler because there's no confirmation. It's just basically like the same thing as us guessing about like what's going to happen in Spider-Man. But I mean, there's like the Tracksuit Mafia is part of the Hawkeye show, and the person in charge of the Tracksuit Mafia is Fisk. So I don't know if they're bringing him into this. You know, I mean, I'd be pretty excited if they did.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. And like they're playing it very close, especially with Daredevil, because now we're hearing rumors of a reboot of Daredevil. So
did anybody? I don't want to. I mean, I guess at this point, I will.
Oh, the No Way Home pictures.
Yeah, I will caution viewers to make your own assumptions. And
are they legit? I don't think they are. They don't look.
They don't look legit, but the story that I heard was that Sony asked that person to pull them down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look fake to me. But
yeah,
I mean,
they
I don't
look
know.
fake. So
this is probably part of their marketing scheme, though. Like, throw some shit out there that maybe you want people to think's real, and then throw some fake shit out there, and like just constantly do their thing.
Me and Mike were talking about this the other day. Is that at this point the amount that they throw at us and the characters that they're giving us are leading to so much speculation that at this point they don't even need press. The amount of like stories and like speculation, like everyone's talking about what could be in the Marvel universe, and so
yeah. I've avoided any of that stuff, but what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say on your point, Brenden. I'm wondering if the MCU isn't going to this is something that Mike had mentioned the other day, is that in the comics, they always have like an overarching story, and then they have teams fighting their own stories, but they'll have like the X-Men as part of this other story, or they'll have like Spider-Man and Miles Morales as part of this other story, and they'll have like all these like characters that work together, but it's part of this overarching story. Yeah. I wonder if they're not doing like a cosmic front and an earthly front and like a science, like a not science, magic front. Like if they don't have like these things working, like these groups of people working together, but eventually they all tie in together in this overarching.
Yeah, I think that's the only way that they could ever build up to something as potentially like. So, like, I don't think that they could ever necessarily replicate what they were able to do with the first 10 years of the MCU, just because it was different, it was special, whatever. But I do think they could get there close if they do what you just said, which is they have these other groups that maybe those groups team up in their movies or shows at some point, but kind of string that along so that, like, the next X-Men movie comes out and we're like, oh, fuck, like, this person showed up in the X-Men movie, that was dope, but, like, when are the X-Men gonna fucking team up with the Marvels or whatever it may be? You know what I mean? Like, when are these other groups gonna finally hit? And I feel like if they don't string it along too much, but don't just give it to us right away, and they kind of, like, pace that properly, I think they could eventually, like, really hit us with something cool again.
Doctor Strange just got announced that it's going back for 2 months worth of reshoots. So I don't think that's a bad thing, but it's just crazy that's like 2 months of reshoots. You
got to think that the amount of CGI that's going to be in that movie, they probably need to get things just right in order to make the CGI work. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. My biggest gripe right now is that, and I say this all the time, like, who's the face of the MCU right now? Who's the big draw of
That's
the
MCU? Most exciting part of it to me, though. Like, I'm excited to kind of be back at, like, ground zero of the MCU, where it's like we have some established characters, but we have way more new characters than we have established ones at this point. Mm-hmm. Like
Hemsworth.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's gonna stay Thor for much longer, especially when
he's not.
Yeah, so like that's what
he'll still be Thor, I guess, but like we already know that Natalie Portman's showing up as Jane.
Yeah, but do you think she'll take over for a long stint? Because I don't see that as being her personal jam.
No, I'm guessing that it'll be part of some sort of multiverse madness.
So, like, I could definitely see, like, some change of guards there where a different Thor takes up the mantle, whether it's right away or at some point.
I don't know if we talked about this in text, but did anybody see the picture that James Gunn posted of the first day on set of Guardians?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did anybody see the comments where somebody asked?
I can't remember.
So somebody asked, how long will the Guardians be together? Is this your last movie? And he said, this is the last iteration of this group of Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting that he wrote like this group of Guardians as if like maybe this movie evolves the Guardians and like that like torch is passed.
Yeah.
So
well,
yeah, like
he already said someone's dying in this. So I mean, it's just a matter of who, you know.
Isn't it Drax? Isn't that like the?
I mean, they're saying Drax.
It's the rumor because Batista doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the future of Marvel, but I think the thing that they have to do right going forward, at least for now. I mean, they should do it forever, but at least for right now, because I was having a long discussion with Jesse and Eric and a few other people on a Discord call yesterday. But basically, like, I'm under the impression, like, Eric made a good point of like, if they do it right, the shows can be like kind of like what we're already talking about, which is they're more of like anthologies, like deeper stories on these characters. But my whole thing is, as long as they position it in a way, which I think so far with the 3 shows that we have seen with WandaVision, Loki, and Falcon Winter Soldier, I feel like the way that those shows all wrap up, I can't see there being anything really that wouldn't make sense if you saw a movie after that included any of those characters or any of the things they set up. Like at the end of Endgame, we know that Falcon takes Cap's shield. So even if you didn't watch Falcon Winter Soldier and then in a future movie Falcon shows up as Captain America, I think you can put that piece together in your head that he took the shield at the end of Endgame. Obviously, he's Captain America now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you necessarily need that other knowledge to get that point across.
Okay.
No? I mean, I'm not saying that that's content.
I guess my thing would be, okay, but what if Loki shows up in a movie?
Yes, that would maybe be confusing to someone. I still think that they would make it make sense to the moviegoer. Like, I feel like basically the point I'm trying to make is I feel like right now they're in a point where it's still early with the shows. We haven't really gotten many movies. I obviously haven't seen Shang-Chi.
Any movies this phase, right?
I've seen Black Widow, but I haven't seen Shang-Chi, and I obviously haven't seen Eternals yet, and I won't see Spider-Man probably until that comes to Disney Plus either. So
I don't think it will.
Oh, because it's Sony? Are none of them on? Or are they all on Netflix?
They are now.
Oh,
they're on Disney Plus now,
okay.
I think.
Interesting.
Actually, only one of them might be.
But I think as long as they position the shows in a way where if you are a person who doesn't watch the shows and only watches the movies, you are not completely out of the loop, where they'll have that perfect balance of, we have the deeper stuff for the people who care, who want more, who care about this character, who, like, maybe we would never get a Wanda movie, but we have this show. Maybe we'll never get a Loki movie, but we have a Loki show. Like, I feel like there are people that care about all these characters. And honestly, the other part of it too for me is, especially this deep into the MCU, I don't necessarily know if I need more origin movies. Like, I feel like we're past kind of the point of origin superhero films. Like, I know we just got one with Shang-Chi.
We just got 2
in Eternals, I guess. Right. But I feel like
and Eternals could have been a TV show.
It should have been a TV show.
Yeah.
Eternals 100% should have been a show.
But I feel like with the amount of characters that they're trying to introduce, could you imagine if all of those characters got standalone films and that was the MCU rollout, like the next fucking 5 years was 2 origin films and then Guardians, 2 origin films and then some other group film, like that would be long and drawn out and probably not do well. Like I couldn't imagine doing well.
I think they're heading that way right now, and I hope they don't. But like I don't think a lot of people like the Black Widow movie. I don't think
I
a lot
didn't
of people
think the
like
Black Widow movie was good.
I don't think a lot of people like Eternals. I don't think a lot of people people like Shang-Chi.
Wait, I thought people liked Shang-Chi a lot.
No, so I was gonna say people like Shang-Chi, but
Okay.
I mean, I think the gripe that I have, I think, is a gripe that a lot of people have with Shang-Chi about the last like hour of that movie. Just the way what happens and how it goes. But
I thought it was fine. I enjoyed it.
Is it Shang-Chi? Am I saying it wrong? Is it?
He explains how to pronounce it somewhere in the middle of the film.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
Yeah.
I was going to say one thing.
Shang-Chi.
With all these characters, so they just introduced the Eternals. They just introduced Shang-Chi. They just introduced all these new characters. The U.S. agent. Like all these characters, they still haven't even gotten to X-Men. They still haven't gotten the Blade.
Yeah, but can you think of when we get to X-Men? That's going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
But it's just so much shit. Like, it's just so much, and it's cool. And I just don't know if they're going to be able to handle this correctly. I just don't know.
I think the real way forward is they have to just make sure that the
Fantastic
way that they...
Four. We haven't even gotten to Fantastic Four still.
We just have to...
another group of people.
We just they have to toe that line of, like... The average moviegoer is probably not watching all of the shows or any of the shows. You know what I mean? Like they have to be cognizant of that.
I don't think they're... I don't know. This is another thing that me and Mike had brought up the other day, is that I don't know that they're in a position anymore that they can make a movie and have it completely contained.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. I mean... Eternals was completely contained, and Shang-Chi was completely contained.
But
besides,
do their post-credit scenes, right? Do their post-credit scenes lead it out or no?
No, Eternals did pretty good about everything is neat. Shang-Chi's brought in an element of outside, but
I hated the post-credit scenes of Shang-Chi. That's another thing that really annoyed me with that movie.
Is there one or two?
Why? What? I liked one of them. I can't even remember what the other one was.
I don't want to talk about it because
we talked about it the other day. We definitely talked about the second one.
Restaurant.
It's the first one, not the second one. The first.
The restaurant.
Oh wait, no. Oh, it's what happened after the restaurant.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's whatever. That just strengthens the fact that we're going to get more.
Or less has to do with someone else in that group. Like I don't want to get on.
Yeah. I'm watching it tomorrow. We can talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, even if I told you right now,
it just strengthens that like Shang is there to stay, and that we're going to get more of his story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But real quick, Mike, what we keep talking about how we're going through phases and we can't just keep doing like introduce 5 people and then get a group movie, introduce 5 people. So I think what they're doing now is some of the solo films are becoming group films like Civil War was. Like Multiverse of Madness is going to have Wanda in it. We assume that it's going to have more than Wanda in it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, from everything that we're hearing and everything that's being speculated, is not just going to have Spider-Man in it. It's going to have...
Well, we know it has quote unquote Doctor Strange in it, because I still don't think that's necessarily Doctor Strange.
And Wong. And Wong and and Goblin and
yes. But the villain part of that, Spider-Man is kind of a weird wrench in this whole equation, simply because like we don't really know what the future of Spider-Man is because of deals, and we also don't really know even if Tom Holland continues to stay in the MCU, I don't necessarily think if these other spider characters show up that they're also both villains and or spider people going to then also come into the MCU proper in some way.
No, likely this phase that we're in right now is going... Well, this phase that we're in right now, or maybe the next phase, will be the conclusion of whatever multiverse problems are going on. Like, I feel like
you think Kang is going to be like a short-lived villain arc?
I mean, 2 phases is. I feel like the multiverse right now is the current like overarching problem.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yeah.
However long that stays for, I mean,
I think
we'll see, but
I think the multiverse will be something that we maybe, quote unquote, they think that they have somehow like sealed the multiverse in like the middle of this overarching thing, and then I think towards the end of whatever the overall villain plot is, I think the multiverse will maybe open back up. I think the multiverse will get like a fake stop at some point, and then we'll kind of just move away from that, but it didn't really actually, get sealed or whatever. And someone
we'll need Superman to run backwards really fast.
Nailed it.
Mike, what were you going to say?
And we're also getting Adam Warlock too, though, on top of everything else and all these shows, and like in the next, they're just introducing more and more and more, and it's wild.
Mike,
yeah, all I was gonna say was the thing I said to you the other day, where they're basically at the point where they're legitimately treating the movies the same way the comics are, where there isn't necessarily going to, well, they probably do have like a grand plan or at least a short-term plan in terms of where things are going to go, but they really just want to flesh out their universe. Like, we have all these properties. These things can tie together eventually at some point. We don't have to pull them all together at the same time, but we'll have everyone have their own little plot threads and do this, that, and the other. It's like, oh, yeah, we've got, so-and-so character. Let's give them a movie.
Well, I did bring that up 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone talked about a lot of things.
Mike's got bananas on his head. He can't hear you. They're in his ears. I think like.
And I tried to make that point a while ago too, but everyone kept talking. So
I did credit you with the idea like 10 minutes ago too. So
I think if Marvel tried to do what they're doing right now 10 years ago, it would have not worked. But I think that they have the luxury now of like they have this established thing that is more mainstream, that they could do that. They could not have a big team up for a long time and still, I think, do what they're doing and have a lot of people be very happy.
I'd also like to bring up the fact that we've talked about the MCU for about 20 minutes, and I don't think we've touched on any of the Disney Plus stuff.
Nope.
Moon Knight, baby. Moon Knight's the only thing I care about.
Yeah, before because I don't want to run too late on this stuff, but
you brought up Echo.
Yeah, I did bring up Echo. But like, I brought up the Marvels, or I guess the Marvels of the movie, not Miss Marvel. So like, we got teasers for Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and one other thing, right? We got Hawkeye, but we've seen Hawkeye stuff.
Yeah,
She-Hulk as well. Which that tease, I'm confused about what that show is supposed to take place, because Bruce is there in some way. I'm confused by that.
No, he's smart Bruce. I think it's like current. I believe
So he is, but there's also a point where he's Mark Ruffalo.
Oh
yes. Yes, Hulk is Bruce Banner again.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go back to like being Hulk. Like, I guarantee. I really feel like they're gonna put.
Is Jennifer Walters' origin story tied to Bruce? Are they like?
Yeah, she's Bruce's cousin.
Oh, I didn't even know they're related. Okay,
she's Bruce's cousin, and she's Bruce's cousin, and at some point she needs a blood transfusion, and he's
interesting,
like next of kin or whatever.
And she's also a lawyer, right?
Correct.
Do her and Daredevil in the comics ever intermingle?
Correct.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a very small legal world over there.
I wonder if that's how they tease Daredevil. You never know. Right. We got that. We obviously got Secret Invasion, which I'm unclear. Is that a show or is that a movie?
Show.
TV show.
There's so much. There's so much.
Yeah, like, is that?
I'm also confused because they showed Fury.
Yes.
Was that picture from Secret Invasion, or was that from one of the other shows?
It was right after Secret Invasion.
He's in the we know he's in Miss Marvel. I think or maybe he's in the Marvels. So maybe it's from Miss Marvel.
Yeah, but it's also, is that him or is that a Skrull?
I don't know. That's a good question, because we know that there's a Skrull running around as Nick Fury.
Yeah, but I think that might be Nick, only because I'm gonna imagine that Skrull Fury will be what the people in Heroes.
Skrull Fury is Talos, right?
I think so. He's the one from Captain Marvel, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
It was Talos, right?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
As of that one film.
Yeah.
I think that Skrull Fury will be like how we are used to seeing him, shaved, eye patch, whatever, and I think real Fury is going to be beard, no patch, blue eye, scars. Like I think that's
Oh yeah, he didn't have his patch. That is a good point.
I think that's what is going on there. I think I think we won't see real Nick interact with people probably for a while. I feel like he's going to be behind the scenes.
No, he'll probably be with the Marvels in space versus being on Earth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I it's not necessarily a thread we really need to follow, but as of
let's pull this thread.
Let's pull this thread. As of the most recent film, even who would need to interact with Nick Fury?
Bruce.
Spider-Man.
Does Bruce? Yeah. Well, okay. Spider-Man, yes, because he thinks the guy he was talking to that entire film was Nick Fury. But as far as everyone else is concerned, anyone who was not a part of Winter Soldier thinks he's dead.
No. Nick was at Tony's funeral.
Didn't he come back? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, true. He was at Tony's funeral. Okay. Yep. That's all I need. Because he did fake his own death.
But was Nick at Tony's funeral or was Talos at Tony's funeral?
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Oh wow. That's actually when does Far From Home take place? Before Tony? It's after Tony's dead.
It's after Tony's dead, yeah.
That was a big part of the movie.
Maybe Dom's right. Could be fucking could be Space Fury.
To be fair, couldn't it have been Talos that was interacting with them during Avengers too?
You think this thread goes that far back? I mean, it could be because
I'm just putting doubt in people's head at this point.
I mean, it could be because this gets introduced in Captain Marvel, right? Or does it get introduced in Spider-Man 2? When do we find? Isn't it the post-credit scene of Spider-Man 2?
When he reveals that.
When he's in space.
Oh, when he reveals it. But they meet in Captain Marvel.
They meet in Captain Marvel.
So yeah, I mean, yes, we could find out that there are points where that's what was going on. Damn, we need a fucking spin-off Nick Fury movie or show or something. Like I need more Fury. I could see what you're saying. I could see there being an Earth Fury who is a Skrull, and then Nick is in space with the Marvels and whoever else he would need to interact with. That makes sense. Because I also don't see what he would need to compile heroes for at the moment. We don't have that reason. We don't have a reason. At least us, the viewer, don't have the reason for why we would need a super team currently.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do for the Marvels. I'm like,
okay.
Are you talking about Kang?
Me and Mike, the viewer, have reasons as to why we would need a superhero team, but
Mephisto?
I mean, we've watched
Eternals. I got you.
More things than you have.
Fair enough.
Can I say it? Because I didn't watch that.
Stop this.
You watched Eternals too?
No, I haven't. But I feel like I know what you guys are talking about.
I think Todd said he watched the post-credit scenes.
I watched the post-credit scenes.
If that's what you're referring to.
No.
No, it's not from that.
Anyways, no Eternals talk.
It's not from the post-credit scenes, anyways.
Okay.
I don't know. I was gonna say with Miss Marvel, the Marvels like.
Also not Disney Plus thing. We are struggling to talk about Disney Plus.
Miss Marvel is a Disney Plus.
But he said the Marvels.
I know, but if we can keep them on Miss Marvel, then we can talk about this.
This is another thing that worries me about Marvel is Ironheart, Miss Marvel. Like they're going a very kid direction, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, and it's great for like Liam and kids and everything. But
don't even bother bringing in Miles Morales.
No, I want Miles, obviously.
Oh, you want a kid?
It's a kid.
No, but
I mean, Spider-Man is a kid.
Yeah, but they're not. They're gonna have like their own thing. But I fucking don't want to be on the Brie Larson hate train because I like Brie Larson and other stuff. I just do not like
But so on, you're mad about kids or Brie Larson? You just hate everything? What's going on?
Brie Larson isn't in Miss Marvel, so we need to go back to Miss Marvel.
The Marvels, though, like I know Miss Marvel, but like I think that movie, I thought Miss Marvel looked very cheesy, like from what they're showing so far of it. I'm not excited about that at all. I think
it'll be good.
I think she's kind of a cheesy character to begin with, the powers and everything, and I don't know.
Her powers are kind of whatever, but like she was the best part of the Avengers video game for me. Like I like her character.
She's a good character.
I like her character.
Yeah, I think she's a good character.
I think that's an interesting thread to like pull on, which is like I don't know if that's what they're gonna do in the show, but
she's essentially what if a fan became a superhero.
Yeah, I like that idea, that concept a lot. So I mean, I'm curious about Moon Knight because I don't know, other than that one comic screenshot that I see constantly, which is where the fuck are you, you nerd Dracula? I need my money or whatever. Like that's all I know about Moon Knight. And if that's all I need to know, that's fine. But like, I don't know, like the voice that Oscar Isaac is using in that trailer. Like, I'm just like, what is Moon Knight? Like,
doesn't he have like multiple personality? Like he has like disassociation, so he doesn't even know what he's doing half the time.
Interesting. Yep. I do think it's funny because in the one scene where he is like punching down on someone, I'm like, this just looks like Batman. Like, it's just hard to just not see Batman with that, like the costume and the angle, and
when he's jumping across like
I know. I mean,
I think that looks the best because I'm a big Oscar Isaac guy, and I like the idea behind like you got like a crazy guy basically playing a superhero.
Yeah. Todd's picks: love crazy guys, hate Brie Larson, hate kids. Got it.
He likes Miles.
I like Miles. Give me Miles right now. Let's forget all this.
I don't think we're ever getting Miles in the MCU unless they tie Spider-Verse into the Spider-Verse somehow into the MCU. I think they're gonna. I think Into the Spider-Verse did so well that Sony's gonna kind of just take that and run.
I don't know what we're gonna see after this final movie. I feel like, but they even said it's gonna close it up. They said it's closing out the arc of Spider-Man, but
getting back to Disney Plus Day and Spider-Man. We're getting an animated TV show about Spider-Man that takes place in the MCU. So
his freshman year of high school.
I don't know what the plan with Spider-Man is.
Yeah, it's very confusing with Spider-Man. I also wonder, is that a show that like they have to work with Disney on Sony on?
I would assume they have to work with them on everything. Yeah.
I imagine Sony probably has some like.
Isn't there a Disney XD Disney Daddy? Isn't there a Disney XD Spider-Man cartoon that is a current show? Mike,
Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends?
Is that like
no? That's the old show, right?
Is that also like a Sony Sony thing or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And it has Miles in it.
Interesting. So, yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's him. I'm pretty sure it's him, Miles, and Gwen.
What else did we get? We got Agatha, which that's the other thing too. Is like, I disagree with you, Todd. I do think that like they have a very, very detailed plan of what they're trying to do with the MCU, but I do think that they're also trying to keep it nimble. Where it's like they probably had no intention of ever making an Agatha show, but the reception to that character was so strong. They were like, oh no, we're going to make a fucking Agatha show. Even if like the show doesn't necessarily create any strong ties or threads in the MCU, I mean, they're just going to run with the popularity of that character.
I love her, but I feel like they're going to have to bring someone else into that show to make that show work. I don't think it can just be her as the lead.
It's
Mike, it's Spidey and his Amazing Friends.
Okay. They had to make it distinct somehow.
The thing that'll be interesting about the Agatha show, unless again, like if they just choose to do the Agatha show like some like crazy kooky, like kind of like WandaVision, where it's like everything's all distorted and fucked up.
Did they lock her up at the end of WandaVision? Like what happened?
She's locked up. I think she like makes her a resident of that town,
of that place,
right?
Okay.
Is that what she does to her?
Yeah, I believe so. It sounds right.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what that does.
Did anybody knows the title of the show?
Agatha and the House of Harkness.
House of Harkness.
Yeah.
The big rumor in WandaVision was that it was going to be House of M.
Oh. Yeah, but
so I'm wondering if that title is on purpose.
maybe. Really quickly, because I've said Mephisto like 17 times. The poster for Spider-Man that came out recently, that's like Spider-Man with like Ock and fucking Green Goblin in the back. I have seen so many people circle the bottom left of that fucking thing and say, "Look, it's clearly Mephisto." I'm like, please, I can't do this again. Like, I love the nonsense, but please.
No, we're doing it. We're gonna do it for every movie and TV show that comes out.
Like,
until he shows up.
I love the joke of it. Like, you clearly, if you listen to any episode during WandaVision being on Disney Plus, it's like we talked about it multiple times, and I was all on the hype train of like the license plate was 666 on that police car. Like, I was all about it. But like at this point, I don't know. It's silliness.
The more I think about
shows up, it's going to be hilarious.
I know. I was just going to say, the more I think about the She-Hulk show, I really want it to be like a Harvey Birdman type show. And I just want Mephisto to just keep showing up for no reason.
Please.
To just give us like some comedic reason for Mephisto to show up.
Hey, Jennifer, you get that thing I listened to?
Yeah.
I will say a random thing to be nitpicky about that I shouldn't even say, but I'm going to say it anyway. For some reason, the logo for She-Hulk looks like shitty CBS show to me. Like, it just looks like CSI. Yeah, exactly. Like, it just like I hate it. Get rid of the city skyline backdrop.
They should have just kept the original one they had.
It's so it literally just makes me think of like, oh no, this is like a commercial for a show that I don't want to watch.
Right. Yeah, because she's a lawyer. It's gonna be like a legal drama.
I'm fine with that. Hit me with it. What else did I miss? We get I Am Groot, which I don't think I'm gonna care about in any way, but I'll still watch it probably.
Whatever. I think it's probably going to be an animated show for kids.
Yeah, which is fine. Do it up.
Todd hates it.
Ironheart, which is Ironheart Tony's daughter?
Riri. No, it's someone that like builds his tech, basically.
Okay.
I think that's how it goes, right?
Something like that.
Spider-Man freshman year, Secret Invasion, Marvel Zombies, which I haven't finished. What If? I'm assuming is that a spin-off of What If?
Maybe.
X-Men 97, which I don't know if they have since elaborated on what this show is, but
it is going to continue the story of the original animated series.
If they don't have the same theme song, I don't want it.
There's no way they won't. There's no way.
I don't think they can. I think there was a legal problem with the original theme song.
Disney doesn't have the fucking money to buy that legal problem.
Right.
I actually should check that right now to see. Like, I'm pretty sure it's on Disney Plus, but I don't know if it has the original theme song.
I am down for a like new version and or remix of that song, but I also kind of want the original in there too. I kind of love this idea though of this like them going with this concept, especially the fact that it's in the MCU. Like, if this is how they introduce the X-Men into the MCU,
wait, it's considered part of the? Is it considered part of?
I think every Marvel show is at this point.
No, I don't think X-Men 97 is going to be part of the MCU. But I just checked.
Why would they put the Marvel
series
Studios logo on it?
Because it's still Marvel. Like, Marvel's still making it. The animated series does have the original theme song, so they may have fixed that already.
I think that's everything. I think that's all of the Marvel stuff.
I believe so.
Baymax, is that considered a Marvel thing?
Oh, the holiday special.
I guess so.
Oh yeah, the holiday special as well, which
apparently is not coming out this holiday.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's not?
From what I heard, they didn't even film it yet.
Oh really? Jesus. Yeah. Wait, is there a Baymax?
Unless they're just lying.
Baymax spinoff too? Did you say?
There's a
Baymax having his own TV show. Yeah.
Oh,
there were a couple of like Pixar Disney shorts that I think they already dropped. I think there's like a Olaf
Ciao Alberto.
Have you guys seen?
Presents was pretty. It was pretty funny. They're only 4 minutes long, but they're pretty good.
What's the movie with Baymax? Why am I blanking right now?
Big Hero 6.
Did you guys see that movie? It's actually really good.
I started watching it.
Did I watch
a couple weeks ago? But I fell asleep just because I was watching it at night. I need to finish it because I enjoyed it. Like I wasn't expecting the story to be what it was.
The story's wicked good. That's why that's the best part of the movie.
Yeah,
especially
I need to rewatch that. I need to finish watching it. I love that Disney Plus like account tweeted out like the picture of Wolverine holding the fucking frame with X-Men 97 logo. Like like goddamn corporations, but also very good.
It's starting to catch on the social media now.
I mean, the Xbox One has been killing it for like a year at least
Oh,
now.
yeah,
The
they're great.
Xbox social media team is not fucking around. Like they know exactly what they're doing. It is very good.
Yeah.
Arby's was good for a while. I don't know if they're still doing their thing. Wendy's was good for a long time.
I don't think I feel like the fast food ones have kind of fallen off. I don't think they're nailing it anymore.
Does that really generate any more money for them? I mean, people are going to go with fast food regardless.
I feel like it does.
I think it's all about exposure.
Yeah, I feel like it does because I feel like there are people that are like
I can't even say the phrase "I'm thinking" without saying I'm thinking Arby's.
Fact. We
we
don't actually eat at Arby's.
So. Yeah, I was going to say
Arby's.
The closest Arby's is like 45 minutes away.
Oh, there's one. I didn't even know there was one in Mass.
Yeah. There's at least one in Mass.
There's at least
But
there used to be multiple.
That's all I care about, really, at least podcast wise, about Disney Plus Day. I don't know if anyone else has anything else they want to reference.
Willow, I'm not a huge Willow guy.
I love that shit, but I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. Proud Family's coming back.
I've seen a lot of people excited about that, but I never watched Disney shows, so it doesn't do
I
anything.
didn't either.
Is High School Musical 2 or something? Like
High School,
High School Musical, the musical, the series is.
I don't know if Todd's being facetious or he's actually excited.
I think that's the most. I don't understand how anyone could ever, even if like I grew up with that shit. It's like some of the worst shit ever. Like I don't understand how.
It's a teen drama.
Yeah, I mean, like I watched shit when I was a teen, and if I would have never
Todd's
watched
like Degrassi or
get
the fuck out.
No, I wouldn't watch shit with like when they're singing around, dancing, and like just playing basketball horribly, and it's everything about that shit is so cringy. I'm like so glad I was never part of that.
Todd only likes real cinema, okay? He only likes Jake Gyllenhaal crying in the mirror. He hates kids. There you go.
Todd also hates children.
No, if you're gonna give me coming of age shit, you give me like Salute Your Shorts and shit like that, like shows like that. Like
Todd,
that's the kind of.
It's fine, Todd. You can just say you like Nickelodeon, you don't like Disney. That's all you have to say.
And then the Nat Geo stuff is, I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I'm confused as to, we got Will Smith is gonna do a bunch of shit that people shouldn't do, and then Chris Hemsworth is gonna do a bunch of shit that people shouldn't do. So I
was confused because I didn't see this part. I just saw Chris Hemsworth Limitless. I said they're remaking Limitless?
No. He's going to try to become Limitless in real life.
Oh, but without the drugs?
With the help of Nat Geo. No, without the drugs. Yeah, he's just going to try to push his body to things that it shouldn't
crazy,
do.
Man.
And more than one point in the trailer, they say you probably shouldn't do this. You could die.
Sneakerella, let me tell you, that's a hit, right?
And
I
actually,
the trailer for Sneakerella.
What is Sneakerella? I didn't see that.
The story is like interesting. I don't care for it, but it is an interesting concept to like change the fairy tale.
It just, to me, like, and this is again totally fine because there is an audience of people that care about these types of things, but a lot of this other stuff, and maybe it can be said about some of the Marvel shows too, but like it's like a lot of these things I'm like, oh, that's like a Disney Channel show or a Disney Channel movie, which again is fine because there are plenty of people that love all that shit, but like I don't think I'm gonna sit down and watch Sneakerella unless fucking someone picks it for their movie.
It probably wasn't built for you, but
that's fine. No, that's fine.
But now you may watch it in 2022 because you're running your mouth.
What was that other the time travel one?
Huh?
What's the time travel movie?
Intertwined.
Yeah, there we go.
That also is an interesting concept.
Listen, I love
that one's dubbed.
Huh? Yeah, I think it's a Spanish show.
It's a Spanish show or movie or something, and it's dubbed in English.
Oh, movie, yeah.
I love Salem and I love Halloween. I don't give a fuck about Hocus Pocus 2. Like,
terrible.
Come on. The only thing I'll say about Hocus Pocus 2 is that I do appreciate is they're obviously not filming all the movie here, but they are filming some parts of the movie here, and they are like leaving certain advertisements in for actual local businesses here, which I think is cool. I think it's like
cool. Yeah.
And some of the businesses that are like featured in the movie in some way, and I'm talking when I say featured in the movie, I'm saying like a trolley drives by and it has these businesses logos on them instead of like fake businesses, because that's what Hubie Halloween did. They put fake business logo shit everywhere except for like one or two things.
Was Hubie Halloween supposed to take place in Salem?
Which one?
Hubie Halloween.
Hubie Halloween?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a Salem movie. Hocus Pocus also takes place in Salem.
Well, I know Hocus Pocus takes place in Salem. Like that's the whole it's the story of the movie. I didn't watch Hubie Halloween, so I didn't know if it was important to the story.
Well, now I think I know what my pick for December is, boys.
I can't wait until we get to the point where we're all just picking movies to fuck each other.
No, and when we get to that point, the PTZ Movie Club is finished.
We need to reset.
Yeah. We are
Wait,
not.
Was Encanto Disney Plus, or is that straight movie theater?
No, I think it's movie theater.
No, damn it! That's like one of the things I wanted.
Yeah, I think it's movie theater. I don't know if it's both, but I'm pretty sure it's movie theater.
It's probably movie theater, considering how they've been handling everything recently.
Some of these, I'm like scrolling through a full list of things that were shown and announced or trailers or whatever. Like some of these things I didn't even look at because I don't care. Like Intertwined, I don't know what that is.
Intertwined is the time travel show that me and Mike were just talking about.
Oh, did you say the name?
It's actually an interesting concept. So a girl is like trying out for her high school play, which Todd hates.
Oh, more high school shit. Here we go. All right, go ahead.
And her mother is like you shouldn't do that, whatever. Like, and then she time travels to when her mother was trying out, and I don't know. She has to like change history.
Change history, and I think she has some sort of fling with a man who, in the present day, will end up being like the age of her mother. But
yeah, her father, whatever. Yeah.
Disenchanted. I don't even know what that is.
It's the sequel to Enchanted.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either. Definitely. Wait, is that Amy Adams?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a Peter Jackson Beatles documentary coming.
Get Back comes out the end of this month.
Interesting.
Just listen to Howard Stern the last couple times Paul McCartney's been on if you want some great Beatles information.
Really?
Yeah, it's been amazing. He's like tells like in his Paul McCartney's book right now, not to go too far off, but like it basically is a book about where they came to for each song and how they came to like writing. Yeah, it sounds amazing. Like I don't read books ever.
This documentary at the end of the month should be good. It's like original footage that like they had filmed a documentary back in the day, and it's like got original footage. So
cool.
There was maybe that's what we watched. There is either a more recent Beatles or Lennon documentary, or maybe it was like a like long sort of like preview for this thing, because there was something that Jen and I watched that was new last year.
Is Jen more Lennon or more McCartney?
Are you? I mean,
I don't know. Because I'm just gonna tell you right now, Paul McCartney seemed to be right about fucking everything. That like all the stories that have come out now that people have agreed. Like he used to tell like Lennon to do this, and Lennon's like, no, I'm not doing this, and then they ended up getting screwed out of like rights of their music and everything, and all this other stuff that's come out recently, and it's kind of it goes into his book basically. But
yeah, I mean, she's a Lennon person. I mean, I don't know. What were you gonna say, Tom?
No, I was gonna say one of them's alive and one of them's dead, but
yeah.
I didn't want to go too far.
I was gonna say the same thing. I mean, sure. I don't know. I mean, they're like I don't think that's like those aren't the reasons why some like Jen cares about Lennon more. It's like she just likes his writing and music and artistry more than Paul's. Because like you can like, I think without even knowing, for a lot of times you can like know when it's a John song and know when it's a Paul song. Like if you listen to Beatles music, am I speaking out of line here?
No, but now I kind of want to start a segment where we play a Beatles song and we try to get Brenden to decide which one it is.
I mean, we definitely can't play music.
Demonetized?
Yeah, we can't play music, unfortunately.
I know.
Anyways,
I'll sing the song.
Anything else about Disney Plus Day? Because we're getting close to that 2-hour mark, and I don't want to be
Jesus.
No, I just wish there was more trailers and less.
Same.
Yeah, agreed.
Fanfare, I guess.
So,
but
I think we're gonna wrap this episode up right here. But before we do that, we're gonna introduce a new segment that is gonna introduce a little competition to the boys, a little rivalry, a little score being kept going forward. So this is the inaugural edition of What's in the Box. where
What's in the box?
I'm gonna
Human
read.
head.
Yes, I'm gonna read the back of a box, and the first person to get it gets the point for the week.
Yeah,
and I'm keeping score from here on out.
Mike's just gonna clean house on this.
So
I know.
After
the ground rules are going to be discussed in an open forum right now. Do we want to be you have to buzz in to answer, or just say the answer?
I think that. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't even know how Mike got half of the answers last time we did this because he doesn't play any of these games.
I'll be honest, but... I don't know how I did either.
Mike's got banana brains.
A few of them.
You don't fuck around.
Just say the answer.
Just say the answer.
Yeah, with the exception of one of them, I think I was just pulling them out of my ass. One of them I did legitimately.
No way. You got like.
Yeah. No, Codename Steen, there was literally no reason. You got that because you
There were a couple that Mike. No, there were a couple that Mike got immediately.
The Injustice one. I'm
not talking about Injustice. I'm talking about like Sunset Overdrive, Mike.
That one I did pull out my ass.
There were a couple. I'm pretty sure Mike also got Anthem.
No, I don't think I did.
No, Todd.
I did.
Okay.
I think Todd did.
So the other thing we should discuss is, do we want this to be a 1 game a week, or do you want me to do 2 or 3? Because this is the points. This is the points for the group. So it can be however you wish. But I'm keeping score until we stop doing this.
I feel like it goes so quick, so you could do like 2 or 3, and it's like 5.
I have 3 prepared. I screened the games in advance because I was like, I need to make sure that they're either A, somewhat attainable by someone, and B, actually have stuff I can read. Because sometimes you pull a game box and it's literally just like 1 sentence and it has 7 proper nouns in it that you can't read. So,
am I allowed to just guess Balan Wonderworld as many times as I want, or do we get 1 guess per round? Or
there's no penalties. No penalties.
Okay, so I can just keep saying Balan Wonderworld right off the bat.
And the last thing I will do is I will not reveal the platform up front unless that's what you want. Or I can reveal the platform in the middle if you guys are stuck.
Yeah, well, if we're stuck, you can do it. Yeah.
All right. So
you're saying that these are potentially console exclusives?
I'm saying they could be on any platform because I'm not telling you what box I pulled off my shelf. At least for now, in these early stages, I do have a lot of games, so we can do this for a long time.
They're all video games, correct?
Yes.
And Brenden,
I just want to make sure we're not getting into like board games or card games.
Listen, the future of this game, the future of this game could change when I run out of games to pull.
Well, I was just gonna say too, if you ever want if you feel left out, I can pull some. I still have a bunch of physical copies of games from 360 in my closet. So, if you want to actually jump into
so maybe once a month you can pull one of you can pull a game for me, and only I can answer, and that's how I can get points.
Okay.
If I get it. Okay. All right. So I will not reveal the platform yet, but welcome to what's in the box. Do you want?
You have to play like a drop of whoa. What's in the box?
Do you want?
I'll try and get that sound.
Do you want pull quote first or back of the box stuff first?
Whatever you think.
We'll go with
Mike's
we'll go with pull quote first. It's gripping, and it gets your heart going. Games beat.
Ooh.
Who was it?
Games beat. Get a piece of the action.
That's it?
Yes, that's it. A visceral story on both sides of the law.
On both sides of the law. So you're playing some cops and robbers here.
The fastest blank game to date.
Ooh, I kind of want to say something, but
you don't get penalized for saying something wrong.
Okay, Need for Speed. I don't know which one it would be though.
I don't know either.
Is it a Need for Speed game?
Do you want me to answer that? Is this allowed?
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
No.
Okay.
I will reveal the platform. It is an Xbox One game, not exclusive.
Okay.
Get a piece of the action. A visceral story on both sides of the law. The fastest blank game to date. GamesBeat said it's gripping and gets your heart going.
Anything
I can
else?
reveal another clue. There's nothing else in the box, but
do another clue.
I will say that the pull quote has a pun in it that relates to the title. I love how Todd is Googling things currently.
Oh, no. I was going to do something else, but you'll see in a second. It has nothing to do with what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm getting that piece is probably part of the thing because the phrase is just weird. But I got nothing.
It is a game and a franchise.
Okay.
And you said what I said wasn't that franchise is out of the question. What I said.
Yes.
I think we didn't allow.
Okay.
Oh, you did say that.
I didn't, but now I'll answer it since you guys are seemingly stuck.
Oh, is it? Wait, is it Hardline?
Ooh.
If we're allowing that to be the answer, Dom gets a point. Nice. The first point, the inaugural point, goes to Dom.
What made you think of that? Because I was actually playing.
When he said it's part of a franchise, I was thinking, all right, what franchises can I think of? And then I was like, oh yeah, I remember that there's a Battlefield game where you're like cops. It's literally cops and robbers. Yeah.
I feel like I'm like the only person who played that game too, and I really liked it. But
I
was playing
Battlefield
today, and they have hardline multiplayer maps in there and stuff.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, you know, Brenden, if you go into the portal for the new Battlefield, you can play Bad Company maps, which does like basically like you're jumping into like old school Bad Company and everything. Mm-hmm. It's great.
Jump into an all-new blank adventure.
I want to start by saying that Brenden like puts emphasis on words, and I'm not sure if they're supposed to be clues. He's like, jump in. And I'm like, ooh.
I mean, who's to say? Who's to say? Maybe it's a hint. Maybe I'm throwing you off. I don't know.
All right, start it again. Jump into an all-new adventure.
Jump into an all-new blank adventure. And I will say, for this title, you have to give me the full title.
Balan Wonderworld.
Run.
There's no jumping in that game.
Run, jump, and stomp your way.
See, you are doing it.
your way through raging volcanoes, tropical islands, snow-capped peaks, and unimaginable challenges.
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
No.
So Mike's Bananas and Gut.
Is it Super Mario Odyssey?
Incorrect. Grab a blank and grow into incredible proportions, or smash through your foes in a blank. It's 3 words. I can't say it.
The Mario game. I can't think of which one it is. It's Super Mario World, Super Mario Land, Super Mario
Maker.
You think I have boxes for those games?
That's true.
Challenge a friend to a wireless face-off on specially designed levels, or play up to 3 friends in a
Super Mario 3D World
of touchscreen minigames.
Ooh, touch.
WarioWare?
Nope.
Touchscreen minigames. What game was that in?
If I can read anything again, let me know. That is the end of the box. Jump into an all-new blank adventure.
Oh, is it new Super Mario Brothers?
Ding, ding, ding. Dom, fucking cleaning up.
Seriously.
Oh, he's a pro.
If I didn't omit Mega Mushroom, I think that may have been too big of a clue because it's the first time the Mega Mushroom appears.
I couldn't, but I was trying to remember which games that was in. Because it showed up in, like, a few sequential games after that, right?
Yes.
I was thinking it was the Wii one for a second, but...
I'm now rethinking the third game, because I think the third game, I don't think any of you would actually get. So
Just do it anyways. Oh, go on and do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Dig, explore, fight, build. The critically acclaimed Sandbox adventure keeps getting better.
Dig? What was it after dig?
Dig, fight, explore, build. Dig to the ends of the earth. Craft with what you discover and build fantastic dwellings with only your imagination as your limit.
Minecraft.
No.
Tiebreaker?
Tiebreaker, I'll have to I have ideas for tiebreakers. Encounter treacherous perils on your own or with your friends, including hundreds of twisted foes, magical creatures, and mighty final bosses. A vast amount of content and features have been added to this Ultimate Console Edition. Now with over 1,300 crafting recipes, over 150 enemies, and 15 bosses to battle.
Cooking Mama.
Nope.
Cameo.
Nope. The world is your canvas, and the most extraordinary adventure is just a pickaxe swing away.
Pickaxe.
Fortnite.
Not Fortnite. What did you say, Todd?
I said Scribblenauts, but that
No.
probably doesn't. Pickaxe, huh? Oof.
It's not Minecraft, huh?
Not Minecraft.
What's the console? Is it console exclusive?
It is not console exclusive.
Okay.
This is this cop. I
Oh,
know.
God.
I'm pretty sure at least two of you know this game.
Terraria or whatever it's called.
Todd
Is it
getting a point?
Wow.
Let's go.
What were you thinking of, Mike?
No, I was trying to remember what that Shovel Knight game was.
You have the
But
physical
that's
copy of that?
Shovel.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I have. Listen, this game is gonna get deep because I have some really fucking weird games.
I have it on my Vita, like digital.
There you have it. The inaugural What's in the Box. And
Go, I got one.
as of right now,
I was trying to play it too. There you go.
Dom is leading the league with 2 points, Todd with 1, and Mike with a bagel. But don't worry,
Mike
we
went
got
all out.
Mike. Next week, you're primed, and who knows? Maybe once in a while a game will resurge. So remember those back of the box notes. Maybe I'll throw one back in there.
Maybe it's gonna be all Animal Crossing.
Maybe it will just be Evolve 3 times in a row. I'm pretty sure Evolve might have been one of the ones Mike got. Maybe not. Who's to say? Anyways, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode 285 of the Pass Controller Podcast. If you're a friend of the show, fan of the show, want to help support the show, you can do that in a few different ways. You can follow us on social media at Pass Controller. You can leave us a review at any on any podcast service, but specifically, if you can get on to Apple and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, we would be very, very much appreciative. If you do have a few bucks kicking around, you want to help support us, you can do that by going to patreon.com/passthecontroller, going to passthecontroller.threadless.com and buying yourself some sick swag, or subscribing to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/passcontroller. If you want to keep the conversation up with us and our community, feel free to join our Discord server, follow us on social media, follow me at bgroom, follow Mike at _mycopath, follow Todd at toddy_by_nature, and follow Dom at PTC_one little spark. And thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode 285. Until next time.